Well, we got a lot to talk about because you were doing a lot in the house. So we got to figure out how you got here, right?
Yeah, definitely was. Definitely was. Never a dull moment when Jimmy's on the screen.
That is for sure.
By a vote of 9-2, Jimmy, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Well, Jimmy, you, like many of us, were absolutely shocked by this nomination. You mentioned you more so blame Morgan for this. How betrayed do you feel by this decision by Michie and Morgan?
I think the hardest part for me is a lot of people say things in the house. And in the Big Brother house, there's always a game of snowball and telephone that goes on. I think what was hurtful for me was not having the chance to defend myself. Essentially, I was told that since people had my name in their mouth, I was going up. And I barely knew why until after the fact. And that's where, if you really trust me and if we're really playing this game together, you're gonna listen to everybody, of course, but you're gonna hear what I have to say, and that's going to have the most impact. And at the end of the day, perception never defined my intention. I was always looking out for triple threat. Them and Rachel really were my #1 people in this game, and I would have done anything I could to protect them. If sometimes it looked like I was throwing them under the bus, it was only to prevent the three of us from being on the block at the same time. Because if Michie and Morgan were next to each other, at least I could compete in veto, take one of them down, and one of them might have the opportunity to win Blockbuster, or we'd at least have the other two of us ready to whip up votes to save them. So I'm sorry that their perception led to me being on the block, but I wouldn't have changed a thing, because at the end of the day, I would have followed them into the sun.
I mean, I honestly never really got over the fact that Jimmy nominated Amy and Will during his HOH. And now to learn that he attempted to create an alliance with one of his biggest targets, but how could I possibly ignore that Jimmy has been making moves against me?
Personally, my target is whoever's playing both sides.
Yes. Well, was this ultimately a dumb move from Michie, or was it smart for them to get you out?
I think it's smart for anybody to get me out, because I was coming for that crown, baby. Michie, I think it's a strategic blunder. I think it's too early for somebody like me to leave the house. I think Michie is losing numbers quickly. I think with Amy, with Adrian, with myself leaving, she is putting herself in a position to be vulnerable. I think Keanu's coming for Michie and Morgan amongst others. I think Mickey's maybe a little safer than Morgan is, but they better be worried at this point when they're getting rid of numbers, because I never would have voted against them. And the more people they take out, the more difficult it's going to be for them to play moving forward.
Speaking of votes, we've got to talk about the chaos that came when it came to getting you out the house. There has never been so much in real-time discussion over voting in the history of Big Brother. I mean, in the airspace right there before the DR even. Ashley went back in to change her vote unsuccessfully in real time, probably giving us the best clip I've ever seen from Julie Chen Moonves. I cannot wait for you to hear how she says no.
I vote to evict. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. I vote to evict Kelly. I'm so sorry. I messed up. I vote to evict Jimmy. I'm so sorry. I messed up. Jimmy, sorry.
No.
What is your reaction to hearing how much discourse you caused?
Listen, I knew I was always going in to stir the pot in Cars discourse. I've always been a polarizing figure, and I didn't think that would change by being on Big Brother and being in the house. Ashley, however, does not surprise me. If anybody has seen Princess Ashley, she is a nightmare to live with, I say lovingly, and is also pretty indecisive. So when she talked to Rachel, she probably felt pretty good about voting to keep me. I think Rachel was being very hopeful that I had the votes. I knew I didn't, but Rachel was, bless her heart, working her hardest. And I think once Will had told Ashley that he wasn't going to vote to keep me, she knew she was on the wrong side of things. And people don't want to vote against the house. That surprises me, because at this point we haven't held it against anybody yet. So maybe this was the week to do it. And I don't think Ashley wanted to cross Michie this early.
Do you think that you ended up playing too hard, too fast?
I never regret playing too hard, too fast. I think I over-aligned too quickly, but I never regret playing the game. I mean, you don't play Monopoly and leave your piece on go watching everybody else buy property. I wanted to get out, start crossing go, collecting $200 and buying properties. And at the end of the day, if I was HOH again, I was putting up the people who hadn't moved their game pieces yet. So I don't think I played too hard, too fast. I do think I over-aligned, and I probably could have listened more than speaking, but that's really hard for me.
At least you're self-aware. Is there anything else that you wish you did differently in the house?
I would say those are the things. I think I made too many alliances too quickly. I think I trusted too many people. And you know what? Maybe I did play the middle a little bit. I was trying hard to do damage control after an HOH where I had to put up 5 people. in any Big Brother season, that's almost 3 HOHs worth of nominees. And so I think I overcorrected for what I needed to do. I think I could have kept on my side of the house. I think I didn't have to work to play as many different sides. I would think there's 2 or 3 sides to the house so far right now. And I was trying to play all of them so that no matter who won HOH, I was safe. Because I didn't want to have to show my cards. I didn't want to have to win HOH again. I threw the HOH comp the week I was evicted, once I was in that final 3, because I didn't want to have to show my cards. But maybe that would have been a good idea, cementing where I was in the house and making sure it was known where my loyalties were. Because I think I went home by a vote of 9-2 at the end of the day because my loyalties were in question to a lot of people.
Well, speaking of loyalties, you did start out the season wanting to get Rachel out of the house, saying that everybody else was insane for being excited that she was even there. And in the end, the two of you ended up being best of friends, spending even your last moments in the house together. Can you talk about that journey for me?
I'm so beyond lucky to know her and to call her a friend. And our journey was definitely interesting. I always said whoever had week 2 HOH was going to have an easy one because they would just get out Rachel. It'd be a clean week. And then I won HOH week 2 and had to put up 5 people. And Rachel was not once a consideration. And I think as each day grew, our connection grew closer and stronger. And towards the end, once I'd spoken to everybody, once I kind of knew where I stood, and once I kind of had an idea of what was going to happen, instead of overly campaigning, I wanted to spend as much time as I could with Rachel. I practically ignored half the house for 3 days as I just wanted to get in my final moments with Rachel. And yes, she left me with a few things before I left the house, but I also left a few for her so we could remember each other. But I better not be seeing Rachel anytime soon. I know this house is gunning for her. But if I hear correctly, Ava won HOH this week, so I think Rachel can relax this week.
We all are hoping that Rachel will relax with the Ava HOH. I mean, who knows, though? We saw some crazy stuff happen this week.
Hey, Ava's actually going to have to work now. I think that's going to be tough for her. But you know what? I've always said the thing that's going to get the most use in Ava's HOH room is the lock on the door.
The privacy, it's very nice. I do want to get your reaction here. You might have left Rachel with a few things, but some fun things have been happening outside of the house as well. That is Brendan, her husband, and your partner. They got together in DC at a watch party. You've already got some family and friends waiting on your return. Very, very eager. The connections go beyond the Big Brother house.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel, listen, Brendan's a great guy. And Rachel told me there was one point where I was really struggling in the house with, I have really tough skin. I can take it. I didn't want Sean to be getting any brunt of what I was doing on the show, who I was going for, what I was saying. And I got really worried at one point that would be the case. And Rachel told me that Brendan would be reaching out to him. She just knew that he would in some form, some fashion. And I knew Brendan would. And just even seeing that picture just like calms me because I know that he had some sort of support while I wasn't there. And that, it means the world. It really does.
Oh, you're gonna get me all choked up. I'm supposed to be professional on this.
Taylor, I know we've connected already, girl. Come on. You better be sending that picture. I need that picture now, Taylor.
I'll text it to you. Get your phone back and then we'll connect. Yes. But there is something else I want to get into a little bit. We need to talk about the drag race of it all. We did
you catch a few of those lines. Listen, you know what I say? Reduce, reuse, recycle, Rihanna. And that is certainly what I did with some of my lines this season.
We didn't get any Rihanna quotes out of you, but we caught every single drag race moment that you had there. So don't think it fell on deaf ears.
Yes.
But getting into that a little bit further, you did mention in your eviction speech the importance of coming on the show, how amazing it was to not only live out a lifelong dream, but also be representation for gay men, queer people on Big Brother. Yeah. What did it feel like doing that on the show?
It felt incredible. It's one of the biggest things I hope to leave as an impact. I always said going into this, if I can inspire one person to show them that authenticity and success don't have to be mutually exclusive, then no matter what happens, I would have left the show a winner. And I hopefully did that, and that's something I hope to be my legacy. And so I have so many people to look up to from the show that showed me the same thing, whether it's Frankie or Tommy or so many more that came before them, that you can be who you are and still be successful in this world. And again, that's something I hope to leave as an impact. And I hope people see that in me, that you don't have to tear yourself down or water yourself down to be palatable to everybody.
Well, Jimmy, you know that Ava is the new HOH.
Yeah.
Who are you hoping that she puts on the block, and who are you hoping to see come right out of that house behind you?
I hope Morgan or Vince is following me out that door. I'll be honest, I don't like the game they're playing. People might expect me to say Mickey, but I want to see Mickey stick around for a little bit. I do think Ava's going to shock the house with her nominations. She always said she does not want to do one-on-ones with the entire house, and I'm like, thank God we need to stop doing that, people. You know what you know to be true going into HOH on it's week 5, people. You know who has your back and you know who doesn't. Put up those people who are gonna sweat the second you are HOH, and I know Ava's gonna do exactly that. So I'm excited to tune in on Sunday to see exactly who hits the block this week. And I think Keanu has something to worry about for sure, especially after that interaction at the veto ceremony. Ava did tell me in the wine room, she goes, how iconic would it be if I was the HOH to take out Keanu? I was a little shocked to hear her say that, so maybe we should keep our eyes peeled.
Eyes are wide open. Before I let you go, would you ever come back and play again?
Always, always. If CBS calls, I say yes. That's what I say.